too late. Too late.
We have returned from the TORG Gamers Market in Sandusky, and we opted to go only on the Saturday date, which, taking the entire family with the time and resources we had, that was what we chose to do. But being there from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. gave us plenty of time to go around, check out vendors, play a bunch in the arcade and the open play area, as well as let the kids enjoy the striker cart attraction for most of the day. But going around the vendor hall, my immediate goal was to find items for Sega Dreamcast and the 3DO. Surprisingly, this time around, the Sega Dreamcast offerings were very, very abundant, and surprised that a lot of what I was able to see for the Sega Dreamcast at the event, while I found only one vendor to have anything for the 3DO, but at least in that specific case, the chunk of games that were available for the 3DO were really interesting to see. So what did I grab from the event? We'll check this out here. First up for the Sega Dreamcast, Echo the Dolphin, Defender of the Future, and this is one that I had my eye on because it was hovering around the $20 area and just wanted to kind of check it out. I'm not like so much into like the Sega Genesis game, the first game, but it definitely has a very unique vibe to it, and I was just always curious what they were able to do with it going into this for the Sega Dreamcast, the epic underwater adventure. And then this is also, it is complete, so there you go. We get the advertisement for Sonic Shuffle, as well as the nice the art there for the Echo the Dolphin. Underneath it, it has some more underwater aquatic atmosphere there. So this is one that it wasn't necessarily on my wish list, but I've been on a Sega Dreamcast kick and I'm interested in checking it out. And then next up for the Sega Dreamcast, we had referenced this in playing sports games, particularly ESPN NBA 2 Night for the Sega Dreamcast, but I got a cheap disc-only copy of Showtime NBA on NBC, the Midway game, the 3-on-3 NBA Jam style game that Midway developed after Hang Time. It lost the NBA Jam license to Acclaim, so it then moved on to the Hang Time series, and then they eventually made the Showtime series, which I mostly saw in arcades because it got combined. There was a Showtime and NFL Blitz combination cabinet that you could toggle between the two sports games. It was very, very popular in the area, so that's how I played Showtime predominantly. I don't think I've actually ever played it on a console version, so kind of excited to check this out. And that means there is a follow-up. It's called Hoops on the Sega Dreamcast. That one's kind of the next in the lineage, so who knows, maybe we'll get to that one at some point in time as well. Also, disc only for the Sega Dreamcast, Draconis, The Cult of the Worm. I actually don't know too much about this game, but I saw it's one that I don't see in the wild super often, and the price was decent on this one, so I went ahead and grabbed it just in case. That way it's available to me in the future as we explore more and more Sega Dreamcast games. Every September, my website GemuBaka gets very big on covering the Sega Dreamcast, and I'm looking for all sorts of obscure games. These ones don't qualify, but kind of one of the things I've been working on for the Sega Dreamcast is in looking at how Sega Dreamcast games were reviewed, taking a look at what some of the games are for the Sega Dreamcast that websites, magazines, etc. rated very low, and just checking them out for myself to see what my opinion is, just kind of weigh it and see, is the game really that bad? Did it really deserve that rating? So, like I said, the games I've shown so far don't really apply to that, but that's been one of the bigger projects on GemuBaka. It was done in September, and there was a short update in November last year, and as we're rolling into September with the anniversary of the Sega Dreamcast US release, probably take a look in August and see where that list stands, and we've already picked out a couple of heavy hitters that are on the list, namely the Jeremy McGrath Supercross 2000 and NFL Quarterback Club 2000. And lastly, for the Sega Dreamcast loose copy, 102 Dalmatians, Puppies. Is it Puppies to the Rescue? Yeah, Puppies to the Rescue. The glare was let me not read it there, but this is disc only. The price was so low on this, and it's for the Sega Dreamcast. Is like, whatever, I can toss a couple of bucks to this. And then in that 3DO pile, we have Patank. I think I'm not sure how to pronounce this one, but this one was touted by Crystal Dynamics a lot. This one, it says the first 3D pinball thrill ride, and I don't know a whole lot about this game, but it was on my mind because recently on my travels at a video game store, I was able to pick up a Crystal Dynamics sampler CD for the 3DO, and it has that game featured on it as well. You can see the logo for it down there. So this put that game on my mind, and I saw it at the event, and it was loose disc, low price, so I thought, why not? Let's go ahead and add this to the 3DO library. And last but not least, I missed this on my first go around, but we have, for PlayStation 1, Bust a Move. When it came to the US, it's called Bust a Groove, but this is the Japanese version. I've played this a fair number of times on the stream, already own the US and the Japanese versions, so why did I grab this one? Because this one's the extra thick one. This one is the version that includes a second disc. It is a CD-ROM disc. It has interviews on it, so that's the entire reason I picked this up. I actually already own this game, the Japanese version of the game. I bought this exclusively for the second disc for my collection because I'm a huge fan. You can see the strategy guide up there, and they're off to the side. You can't see them. I have character figures from the series up there as well. So big fan of the series, and then you can see this is actually, there's the soundtrack to the first game. So I do like Bust a Move. And then I think I'd have to look it up. I want to see if I want to go out of my way, because if I get a PAL version of the first game, I want to say I have every possible version of the games that I could possibly get. So I'll have to double check that, but I very, very close to having a full, complete set of all those games that are available in the series. So as I said, on top of walking around all the vendors, going to the arcade, and enjoying some of the other attractions at TORG, had a lot of fun. Hope the event comes back. Where I'm located, it's a convenient spot to go to, perfect for a day trip, and go ahead and to experience some games. The tickets were reasonable, and I think the 10 to 6 was kind of perfect It was we did what we needed to do at the event, got to do things we wanted to do, and then by the time all that was wrapped up, it was time to go. So it was just kind of a perfect time frame for that type of an event, and the family had a lot of fun. Participated in a lot of the activities, got to play a lot of games and look at a lot of interesting things. So this was a first time for TORG in Sandusky. TORG has announced dates for its Columbus location. It typically is held in Columbus. This time around, it just happened to be held in Sandusky. So hopefully they do come back next year. Based on Facebook posts, it sounds like they're interested in doing so, which is great because I'm always looking for gaming events to go to that are an hour or so away. So like I said, just this is one where the location happens to be quite perfect for me. It's very doable for a day trip just down the road. So hopefully it comes back again, and hopefully we get a lot of the same offerings. Hope everybody enjoyed their time there, and we hope to see everybody next time around. So until then, peace out, everybody.